So it's been a while since my last stock market portfolio update, so I thought I'd jump on and give you guys an idea of where we're currently at in the portfolio and what stocks that we'll be looking at buying over the coming weeks and months. It is of course an interesting time in the world right now for the stock market, with inflation fears being at the back of everybody's minds, as well as the invasion of Ukraine, all affecting the stock market on a weekly or if not a day-to-day basis, causing it to go up one day, down another, and basically just be all over the place. If we take a look at this graphic here, which covers off a lot of the sectors in the stock market, and the ones that are green are obviously ones that have done well, and the ones that are red are ones that are down for the period, and this is filtered on the last month. So you can see that a lot of the tech industry, specifically the semiconductor industry as well, have been hit quite hard there over the last month, while energy and consumer defensive industries have been doing quite well, as you can see by the graphic, mostly green there. Jumping into my own portfolio then, you can see the current balance, we're sitting at 33,842, and you can see that we're currently up 46.63%, so not too bad at all. And if we filter on the last month and go back to the start there, we can see that we were just under 30,000, 29,910, and we were up about 32%, so from there we're up about 14% in the last month, which isn't too bad, but it's mainly down to Tesla of course, which is the largest position in my portfolio, and we'll take a closer look at that in just a second. Moving on to my two pies here that I invest in, so you can see I have my growth fund pie, which currently consists of Tesla at 95%, and then Palantir at 5% there as well. And what that equates to in terms of shares is Palantir at 123 shares and Tesla at 33.3 shares. So you can see on my overall Tesla position, I'm up 58.98%, which, as I always say, if I just invest in Tesla, I probably would be better off. And this once again is proving that. But I do have a bit of an itchy finger, a trigger finger when it comes to investing. And I like to invest in a couple of different stocks as well to test it out, just to see if I can make some extra money there as well. And sometimes investing in one stock can be a little bit boring, but with Tesla, that's not really an issue. So I don't know why I don't just turn this all into a portfolio of Tesla, to be quite honest. And then my second pie is my additional growth fund pie, which, as the title of this video probably suggests, I did make some mistakes in here. As I said, this is the kind of pie where I just go in and buy some different stocks. The stocks in this are basically subject to change. They're not kind of set in stone like my growth fund pie. So within this, I do quite a lot of rebalancing, adding in different stocks, taking ones out, for example. So let's take a look here. We got Tesla as the biggest weighted percentage in there, because obviously we need to keep this portfolio grounded a bit and make sure there's some gains coming in this pie here. Then you can see we have Apple, we have Enphase Energy, which is a great stock, which I'm planning on doing a video on soon. And then we can see we have Affirm, Roblox, Coinbase, UiPath, Bank of America, and SoFi Technologies. Bank of America and SoFi, I wanted to add them in just because the whole interest rate environment, and I thought that banks and kind of financial sector stocks would do well, but as you can see, they have not worked out too well so far. Bank of America would generally be considered a low volatility stock, but even that is down nearly 7% already since I bought it. But in terms of the mistakes, you can see here that SoFi is down 25% and UiPath is down 33%, which is not good at all, to be quite honest, and I'm glad that I only have small positions in these, and they're ones that I will be getting rid of in this video from this portfolio, and I'll tell you a bit more about that in just a second. But yeah, it basically comes back to what I often mention in videos where I talk about stock market investing, that you shouldn't really invest in any stocks unless you know enough about them and are confident enough in them to buy more of them if they do go on a dip. And obviously they've been on a dip right here, but I've still not bought into them more because, to be honest, I didn't do enough research into them and I'm not confident enough in the long-term future of these companies. So what we're going to do in this video is get rid of UiPath, Bank of America, and SoFi Technologies and add in a brand new stock to this portfolio, and it's going to be one in the energy sector space. As I said, I'm going to be doing a video on Enphase Energy, but this new stock I'm adding in will also be included in that video. In fact, it's going to be a top 3 stocks to invest in the green sector or energy space for 2022, so definitely keep an eye out for that one. I'm really looking forward to making that video, but let's go ahead and delete these 3 out. And again, this is just my smaller portfolio. There's less money in this, so it's easy enough to just go ahead and, rebalance this. And in fact, it'll actually allow me to make more profit this year because I can offset the losses that I'm locking in on these 3 stocks. But anyway, let's go ahead and find it on our watch list here. And you can see that it is called Iberdrola. Essentially, they're a company involved in the renewable energy space. And as I said, I'll be doing a more in-depth video on them soon. But let's go ahead and add them in here. And we'll get them in at, let's see here. So we have, let's do 15% for Iberdrola and also 15% for Enphase Energy. Just bump that up a small bit there. As you can see, I'm quite heavily weighted in the renewable energy space because I think that's the area that will have the most kind of momentum going into the next couple of years here, as a lot of companies and even countries try to go net zero with their emissions. So let's go ahead and click rebalance. Now this won't actually rebalance right now because we're out of market hours. The market is not opened yet, but when it does open back up, as you can see here, we're going to sell these stocks here. Just a small percentage of Tesla and a small percentage of Apple as well, just in order to rebalance back to my desired weightings. And you can see we're going to be buying the amount of the following stocks there. So yeah, I'll click confirm rebalancing, but that won't happen until the stock exchange opens. Let's take a quick look at the overall kind of weightings in the portfolio as well. I'm sure you guys are already aware, but Tesla is up there at 91%, Palantir at just under 5%, and then the rest making up smaller percentages there as well. So yeah, I think Tesla will have a great year this year. They're already up 10% in the last month. Finally starting to get some proper recognition from Wall Street, but there's still a long way to go. They also have an upcoming stock split, which I made a video on. So if you want to check that out, you can see the link up there. And I think that stock split, while it shouldn't really affect the value of a stock, I think it will have positive outcomes for the stock, which I did mention in that video. And overall, the company are just doing phenomenally well. I believe the earnings are due to come out tomorrow, so hopefully that will have a positive reflection in the stock price as well. And if not, I'm more than happy to pick up some more Tesla shares on the dip. Anyway guys, that's going to cover this update of my stock market portfolio for the month of April. If you did enjoy it, make sure you do drop a like on this video. Would really appreciate all your support there. And if you're new around here, please consider subscribing to the channel as well. Keep an eye out for that top 3 green stocks that I'll be investing in for 2022, and I'll catch you guys in another video.